Hello there.
Hello there.
Welcome to Corellian Chinwag, part of the What If Qui-Gon Didn't Die podcast. My name's Jamie.
And my name's Shaun.
And this is our little weekly catch-up, a little peek behind the curtain. You love it, don't you?
I do. I love that line. I love that line. It's yeah. I love that line. The Nonsense Smith, Jamie Barton's back, everybody. That's it, isn't it?
So we like to just catch up, see what we've been up to, see what we've been watching on telly, watching films, blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. If you've heard us before, you know we just talk a little bit of smack and cheese.
Smack and cheese.
So, it's not been very long since we last recorded, has it?
No, we recorded over the weekend and then we've come back in today to give ourselves a little buffer, haven't we?
Yeah, summer holidays coming and you know, I've got kids to look after and places to go and
I've got a dog to look after and a nan to look after.
Yeah, so we're both extremely busy all the time.
But we do love doing the podcast. Yeah.
So we don't want to deprive anybody. So every now and then we'll just bring we'll do a couple of records quite close together.
Yeah.
And this is one of those times. So we might not have a lot to talk about today, but at least we've got a little episode.
And it keeps the normal running order going, because we don't want to do, we haven't done an episode this week, so nobody's going to have a Friday episode this week. Sorry, everybody. And yet some people love the Chinwag.
I'm sure you'll miss us if we're not here.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. My number one fans will notice.
Yeah, that's it.
Right, then we're going to start with you.
Oh,
Jamie.
Jumping in there.
Okay. Diving off the board. We've been up to in 4 days.
In 4 whole days. Well, I'm going to talk a bit of telly.
Go on then.
And I know you want to talk some of this as well, so we're going to combine our...
We'll combine our things here.
Yeah, so I completed the Fallout series.
So did I, last night.
And it's incredible.
Oh, it is one of the best game, book, adaptation things to screen I've ever seen. Yeah,
it's so good, and it just pulls all the right references in. There's nothing that's really tenuous. They haven't had to stray far from the source material because it is just so varied in the first place.
But it's like because it's obviously made with Bethesda.
Yeah.
It's like, unlike The Witcher and all this other stuff where the show writers didn't really listen to the source material, somebody's gone, Should we actually talk to Bethesda and get some pointers here?
Yeah.
Like they've actually gone, you can only be on this project if you've played the games. It doesn't it feel like that?
It does. It feels like there's little things in the series that you would see in the game and be like, oh, they've got that there.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah, I remember walking past those at every gas station. The little power armor rack.
Yeah, the power armor rack.
Every red rocket has one in the game. But, well, not every single one, but then in the series, when he goes to Red Rocket, what's outside?
Power armor stand.
Yeah, oh my God, like every little thing about it. I couldn't find one fault.
No.
I was watching it just with a smile on my face the entire time, every episode.
Yeah, but it also wasn't played like, oh, the fans will like it when we drop this in. Like, it's not just fan service. It's like the whole thing is what it is.
Yeah.
There's no like, oh, we're just going to throw in the Millennium Falcon here because the old fans will love that.
Yeah. No,
it's just for nostalgia. It's like, it's all there because it serves a purpose, or it is part of...
It's part of the universe.
It's part of the landscape, isn't it?
I'll give you one example here, which I really like, because I'm a stickler for the little things. When they turn their Pip-Boys on for the torch in the game, what noise does it make? Boom, boom, sort of like that, doesn't it?
Yeah.
In the show, exactly the same noise.
Yeah.
You wouldn't be able to hear it, but it's so low, but it's every time they turn the torch on.
Yeah.
It's little things like that, and I'm just like, yes, somebody's listened. And then obviously there are a few spoilers here if you haven't seen it. So we're talking a couple of episodes in here because we've seen it. So if you haven't seen it, just gloss over this next couple of minutes. But when he calls the dog meat,
Yeah.
my heart melt. I was like that.
Absolutely.
Come on, mate.
And further on from that, he refines dog meat, doesn't he?
He does, yeah.
And where's dog meat?
In a Nuka-Cola case.
Outside of
Red Rocket.
Red Rocket.
Yeah.
In Fallout 4, where do you find dog meat?
Outside a Red Rocket thing.
Yeah.
Just down from Sanctuary. Yeah.
Just right there.
Oh, just like... And the bloke who plays the ghoul...
Yeah, Walton Goggins.
That's his name.
He's so
He's a
good.
brilliant actor. He's been in loads of stuff. I loved him in Justified as well. Have you ever seen that?
I haven't seen Justified.
It's good, and he plays a really good character in that.
He's in some of the Quentin Tarantino stuff.
He is.
And he also plays like the sort of the cowboy gunslinger baddie kind
He's
of.
got that nice voice though, hasn't he?
Raider. Yeah.
Yeah.
He plays so well, and it is. Get your words out, Jamie. Is he your favourite character?
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, I said it from the start. I thought
Yeah.
he would be your favourite.
Yeah, it's cool, and I love the little things as well about him. Like, he's obviously got his cowboy uniform on underneath
Yeah.
the poncho, and obviously, like, it's starting to fray and get tattered. And I love as well how he has to take the stims to not turn evil.
Yeah.
Because he's over 220 years old, isn't
Yeah.
he?
Yeah. Exactly.
So he should have turned by then. Really.
All the rest have.
Yeah, you know. I love how he's looking for his family.
Yeah.
Even though by the end of the series, you think that his wife has sort of betrayed America almost. I know in their eyes they haven't, but obviously to an outsider you're going to bomb yourselves to make money.
It seems mad, but also entirely plausible.
Yeah, and in the games that's kind of what you find out at the end.
Yeah.
Of most of the games anyway. At the silos and that. But yeah, and then for him to still be looking for his family.
Yeah.
Believing that his daughter's safe. So between the nuke falling and him running off with his daughter in the first episode, they must have gone into a vault.
And what an opening, by the way.
Yeah, great opening.
It starts with the end.
Yeah. Yeah. Which is just...
But not the literal end of the show. The end of
the civilization as
it was.
And then the flashbacks push it back. The monsters look cool. I love the fact we didn't get a Deathclaw and a super mutant. We don't need it yet.
But we've seen a Deathclaw skull.
We have. And that's all I needed.
Yeah,
I
know
didn't
they
need.
exist.
Yeah.
But without them being just a terror in the background constantly.
Yeah.
And they've referenced super mutants.
They have, because the bloke in the meeting said about super mutant soldiers.
Yeah.
And I reckon, here's a little theory for you. You know the bloke with the broken foot?
Yeah.
I can't remember who was telling me this. I think it was Brad from work. He reckons he's not a ghoul. He's
becoming a super mutant.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's possible.
Yeah. Because if he was... I mean, they've mentioned ghouls. We've had so many ghouls, but we haven't seen a super mutant yet.
And yeah, they're terrifying.
Yeah, so maybe Series 2 we'll start to see him. You know in District 9 when he's turning into the prawn and his eyes all funny? It would be a bit like that, where he's turning into the super mutant, maybe. Yeah, love that. I love the Brotherhood of Steel stuff, because they're just fanatics, aren't they? They think they're right, but they're absolute dipshits.
I cannot stand the Brotherhood of Steel. I've never liked them in the games or anything. I don't even use power armor. I'm not.
Don't you?
No.
I'm normally stealthy in the games, but I like having it just to run around and smash stuff every now and then.
I did enjoy the display of strength.
Yeah.
In them in the show, I thought it was quite well done.
And that weren't CGI neither. I think they made them suits. They're real suits, aren't they?
They all look real. That's one thing to be said about it, is the CGI that they will have used is actually used sparingly and subtly.
Yeah, like the bloke's foot healing.
Yeah,
that was CGI, obviously.
Yeah.
But the power armor is real, and the scenes are real.
Yeah.
Obviously, dog meat's real.
Oh, yeah.
The best trained dog you've ever seen.
Bestest boy
ever. I mean, obviously they CGI'd out Matey's nose.
Yeah.
But the makeup actually does look like a hole. So
Hmm.
all they've done is take the depth away, but actually his nose is still there, but the makeup makes it look like there's a hole.
Yeah,
Obviously,
yeah,
they're experts, aren't they? They know how to put depth into makeup.
yeah. It's really clever.
Just the vaults are good. The food, like all of the food, and when they say, "Oh, we've been planting some potatoes," I'm like that.
I know
Yes,
what
you
those
have,
are. Yeah,
because there's nothing else to grow.
yeah,
The corn and that, very good. I like the Oh, I'm just going on one here. The first town they go to, the proper town.
yeah.
I forget what it's
Oh,
called.
yeah, yeah. Philly.
Philly, that's it. Fallout 4. You know where you start the synth storyline,
Yeah.
the PI.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. In that, yes, in the old baseball stadium, the Diamond.
That's it.
Diamond
in the
City.
Diamond City. Doesn't Philly remind you a bit of that?
Yeah, it
when you
does.
first walk down the ramp into the Diamond City, don't it make you think of Philly? When he walked down the ramp into Philly, I went, some amazing person has gone, we need to make it look like this.
Yeah, it's a tactically built town, isn't it? So it's probably surrounded by a wall, and
Yeah.
within the walls is a market, which is what you'd need,
Yeah.
and there'll be, yeah, accommodation for people as well.
Hovels for people.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So well put together. If dear listener, you've never watched the Fallout series, you don't have to be a fan of the game. I don't think.
No, you
I
don't.
think there's so much more to it, and it is so enjoyable.
Yeah.
And I would say not only is it the best or one of the best adaptations, game, book, whatever. I think in terms of any series that we've seen
Recently.
it's certainly up there as one of the better series
Yeah.
made.
Which is a shame because I know House of Dragons just come out, but
Yeah.
I haven't seen a single episode of that yet because I've been caught up. I'm just too involved with Fallout. my mother watched Fallout, and yeah, she's been asking me questions like, "What does this mean? Why is it like this?"
Yeah.
But as a series, and obviously my mother's never played. You know, she's played an Atari once in the 80s, and that was it. She enjoyed it for what it is, and she enjoyed the Vault storyline,
Yeah.
where the brother's trying to find out what's going on, you know, and then she liked, you know, the Gaul being the sheriff kind of thing, and
Yeah.
we enjoy it for everything, but my mum enjoyed it all, but for different reasons than us. That just shows how good it is.
How strong the story is.
Yeah, it's just so well put together. And at the end with the cold fusion thing, this is, if you've never played the games, people, the end game is always, you need to find the old silo and stop a nuke from going off. You need to get to some base
Yeah.
to do something. So it did work like a game, because in the games you have the Minutemen and the Brotherhood of Steel and all these storylines your character can do, and then at the end it all comes together and you know, drop a nuke or do whatever, or set the fusion core off or something like that. That's where the big last boss is, isn't it?
Always, yeah.
You fight the last boss, you get the nuke codes, and then you set it off. The show felt like that because obviously she got the cold fusion thing going at the end. So it's like we've actually played a game.
Yeah, that we've completed the main storyline.
Yeah, with
the side quest, which is the cold fusion, but we didn't realise was cold fusion.
Yeah. You know, the main storyline is just deliver the head for the entire game. But
Yeah.
what we've done is go around with all these people and do all the side quests with them and stuff. It's so well done. I could talk about it for days. I just love the costumes, the talking, her little tagline of okie dokie.
Yeah.
For-
Okie dokie.
For a little Vault person and for a Bethesda thing,
Yeah.
very Bethesda, because you walk around people in them games, they normally obviously have so many vocal lines and that's it.
Yeah.
So you start hearing the same stuff over and over again.
Took an arrow to the knee.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, you walk around a town and it's like, yeah, I took an arrow. Every guard says the same thing.
Yeah, I used to be an adventurer like you.
Yeah, till I took an arrow in the knee. But yeah, for her then to say okie dokie and stuff like that, good.
I knew you wouldn't be disappointed.
A total opposite. Absolutely loved it. Yeah, Brad's a big fan. If you're listening, Brad, I spoke to Brad this morning at work about it because he loves Fallout. I think New Vegas was his favourite game.
Yeah.
He was saying, and he's played all the DLCs as well, which I haven't done.
No, I've not got that deep into it.
Yeah, Brad has. He goes deep into it.
You
But
could spend hours on those games, like hundreds of hours.
oh yeah. And Fallout 4, I did, and most of it was spent in Sanctuary trying to make it the most badass place to live ever.
Mine just went fast travelling with more junk
Yeah.
to sell to Carla.
Yeah.
Trash can Carla as she comes around.
I will be rich with bottle caps. But yeah, Brad enjoyed it as well. I've heard so many good things. Yeah, love it. I hope they do a second series, and I hope they keep the same production, director, all
Yeah.
of that on board. It was just so well done.
Yeah. Well, that was really good. I really enjoyed that, and I really enjoyed how passionate you are about it.
I loved it.
And we were on the same level. Should we talk about what else I might have watched?
Go on then.
So, after I finished Fallout, we've spoken about this before, and I've spoken to you since I've started watching it, but I've started watching The Boys.
The Boys.
It's been around for years, and I've always heard mixed reviews, if I'm honest. Some people love it.
Yeah.
Go, it's amazing. Some people go, oh, I don't like it. It was not right, or whatever reason that we're not liking it, they didn't like it. I'll watch that. I'm not into superheroes, with the exception of Batman, because he's not really a superhero. He's just
A dude.
he's the world's greatest detective.
Yeah.
This, I loved it.
I knew you'd say that.
And-
I knew you would like it.
And I watched that first episode,
Yeah.
and I don't really want to spoil it, but the main event is just disgusting,
Yeah.
and it's brutal, but
Yeah.
it's also like, you just, in that moment, you just kind of, it goes freeze frame in the show, and your brain goes freeze frame as you go, what has happened there? Because it happened so fast.
And it's, 2 minutes in?
Yeah,
The first big thing is like 2 minutes in.
oh, it's I don't know if it might be a little bit late. Anyway, irrelevant. It happens, and yeah, it's early,
Yeah.
and then you meet A-Train
Yeah.
very briefly,
Yeah.
and then you're like, right, he's a superhero. He's not he doesn't look like he's a baddie.
Yeah.
There's something not quite right about him, but he's supposed to be one of the good guys,
Yeah.
and this has just happened. And then it turns out that this series is not really about
Good guys.
Yeah, it's not about superheroes saving the world. It's about a brand.
Yeah.
It's all about selling an image, selling this dream of the superheroes being whiter than white, the best thing that could happen. They can save cities, they can save towns from crime, and they can provide justice instantly, and there's no comeback from it.
No, because they have all the power and it's all marketed. Do you see what I mean about it not being Marvel-y or Disney-fied at all?
And I think that's what I appreciate about it. So, like, not being into Marvel at all, where it is very, I don't know, it's easy going, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. It's a clear good versus bad. Bit of trauma in the team, but you know where you're standing with Marvel and stuff. And yet the boys,
Well, put it this way: you could show Marvel films to kids of near enough any age. The majority of them,
yeah,
obviously not all of them. Some are a bit more unsuitable, perhaps. But this you cannot show
no.
to anybody.
You wait to get to series 3 because they just ramp it up. The thing is, it's a good mix of disgusting, but realistic. Because if you had these powers and you had a company which, let's go back to Fallout, it's a bit like Voltec. They own everything.
Yeah.
They own the game industry, film industry. It's a bit like Disney. Imagine an evil Disney, isn't it? Though.
Well, some people say you don't have to imagine that; it already exists.
Well, yeah. Of course, that's a podcast for another day.
Yeah.
So it's a bit like that, and then, and you start to realise they can do whatever they want because there's no comeback, and then when they do whatever they want, it's just so perverse because
it's chaotic, isn't it?
they have nothing else to go on.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's like John, Homelander. He has nothing else to go on because he was born in a lab and bred and stuff.
Yeah.
So all these things you see him do, obviously you'll watch more series and you'll go, fucking hell, he's just worse and worse and worse and worse. But
when they introduce him, they go, I've never seen him do anything bad. He's the only one that is always super clean.
Yeah.
But
actually, behind closed doors, he's the
really
worst. Yeah, he's just the worst out of all of them, honestly. Yeah, but they've got no context, and this is the thing. It just goes to show, again, and I've mentioned this before, The Boys is really good. It's showing that our society now, with social media and stuff, and how sort of addicted we are. I mean, look at that Hawk Tur girl. You sent me that video earlier.
Oh, yeah.
She's famous now.
Oh,
she did one stupid little clip on a video, and now she earns more money than me. She's going to do podcasts and TV shows. Get me on a TV show.
But let's be fair. How long is that going to last? Like that?
Oh, it'll be months, and then it will die out again.
Yeah, that level of fame that's internet fame, and it's fleeting, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, she might make a fair amount of money now, but one day she'll probably have to go back to get a normal job.
Yeah, good. So she bloody should.
And then people will be like, "Oh yeah, there's that Hawk Tur girl."
Yeah. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. I started to have a rant about her. I can't remember what my point was. What was it about The Boys? Oh, I don't know.
So anyway, I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying the concept of it. I like the way it's shot. I like Carl Urban's rubbish accent.
Yeah, it's very overdone.
It's so ridiculous. Like you go, is he Cockney? No, he's not.
Is he Australian? No.
No. Is he Kiwi? Well, he is, but is that his accent? No. But he's trying to be Cockney.
Yes.
And you know he is because of the language he's using.
Oi, sunshine.
Yeah.
What have we got here? Hey, it's Huey.
But he's a really good character, but you know he's shady as anything. He's got some motive in there that I'm not yet aware of, I'm sure.
Yeah, it becomes more apparent the more you watch, but that's part of the reason why I love it, because you get caught up in all of the disgustingness and the sort of, oh, that's just weird. Like, how is that a power? Oh, look, they're injecting kids, stuff like that, blah, blah, blah. And then you go, Carl Urban, even though he's one of the worst, sometimes you think he's actually the good guy.
He's the anti-hero, isn't he?
Yeah, that's it, yeah. Very good. I'm glad you like it because
I tell you what else. I tell you what else, which is quite good about it, is I don't think there's a character in there I don't like.
Yes.
Like quite a lot of the time, you watch a series and you go, not even that you don't like them, you just don't care about them.
Yeah.
So even if you don't like them on purpose, that's because they don't want you to like them, and that's them doing the right thing for them. Like Joffrey in Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Nobody likes Joffrey. He's got no redeeming qualities. But you would watch it to find out if he's going to die soon, because that's what you want.
Yeah.
Because you are being programmed to hate him.
Yeah.
But it works. But if you kind of don't care about any of the characters, certainly the main characters, then I think that's when it becomes hard to enjoy a series.
Yeah.
So like, I want to see what all the Supes are up to.
Yeah.
I want to see what all the boys are up to.
Yeah, you just keep watching it.
And I like them all. The Deep's a bit of a weird character, but
yeah, but you learn to like his character, I think.
Yeah.
It's just very sort of, I don't know, I don't want to ruin it for you.
Yeah. I've only watched 4 episodes.
Yeah.
That's all I've had time for so far.
Yeah, because they're an hour long each.
Yeah.
You sit down to watch The Acolyte and you think, oh, that's over quick. Oh, what was that, 35 minutes?
That's why I watched that on my lunch break today.
Yeah. and then The Boys is an hour long, and by the end of it, some episodes you're going,
yeah,
I need to step outside for a minute because that was disgusting. And there's some bits in there you can call it as well.
Yeah.
So like obviously the door's shut and you go, I bet I know what's happening behind there because this soup has got this certain power. And then they open the door and you go, I knew that's what you'd be doing, because Amazon Prime can't get enough of these dirty, horrible, miscreants. And it's just so good. Yeah, I love it.
Maybe this is Jeffrey Bezos playing out his ultimate fantasy.
Yeah. He's just injecting himself with serums every day to see if he can get, snake penis. Yeah.
Right, so let's find out what you've been up to.
Well, we've spoken about Fallout.
Yeah.
The Boys is still ongoing. Obviously, I'm up to date with it. I won't say anything because you got to catch up. I'll tell you one thing that has made me laugh in the last few weeks.
Go on.
Trying to describe to my nan what this is.
What the podcast is.
Yeah. Or, well, not even what it is, but why I have to leave the house. And the only way I can do it, I say I'm going to go and do my podcast, and I can see her just glaze over and go, don't know what that means. Like, you could be going, to a brothel for all you're mentioning to me.
Yeah.
Now, and then I was like, it's kind of like, Nan, a radio drama. That's the only way. And I know the podcast is nothing like that, but trying to explain to an 84-year-old woman who don't really watch much, or she's never had an internet, she has no idea.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? She has no idea. She's an old little gardening granny. Bless her. I'm trying to be like, we pre-record shows for people to listen to.
Yeah.
And then I can slowly see the Tetris blocks falling down into place, and then she just still now. And it's just hilarious.
See, that's interesting, because if I ever say to people, oh yeah, I do a podcast, they go, what's it about? And I go, Star Wars for half of it.
Yeah.
And then we just have just a chat for another half. It's, and you're trying to sort of explain. You can't succinctly explain what this is. If we just did the Star Wars episode,
it'd be, we do a Star Wars podcast once a week.
Yeah, and that's it, easy peasy. And
Yeah.
then people go, yeah, no, whatever, move on. But because we do this little chinwag,
yeah. And you're like, well, on a Monday we do a Star Wars episode, and then on a Friday we have a general chit-chat one which comes out. All free to download.
I think that's, in my mind, that's difficult to explain.
To somebody who doesn't quite...
To summarise,
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
is harder. I mean, it's not difficult. What we just sit down and we just do it. We just have a chat.
Yeah, and then that's it. We get excited about something, and then I go home and fall asleep thinking about it. Like last week before we recorded.
Whereas I don't remember the last time I had to explain what a podcast actually is.
Yeah, this is the thing. What do you do with it? Oh, well, you can download it, Nan, to your phone. And she's looking at my phone. She hates it. She hates it whenever I'm on my phone around her. And she's like, right. And I go, then I can put my earphones in, and I can listen to it. And it's like listening to somebody, I don't know, read you a book or chat to their friend, and you're listening in on the conversation because it's funny or something like that. And and she's just glazed over so much, and I'm trying not to laugh, and I'm like, we basically pre-record a radio show, all right?
Yeah,
we're like radio DJs in the little booth.
Imagine a radio show with no music.
Yeah.
And they just keep talking.
Yeah, and it's pre-recorded.
Yeah,
which is why I have to go now.
And nobody calls in.
Yeah, nobody calls in.
We get no messages.
That's it. Yeah. And our downloads have dropped, so But yeah, it's just I had to mention it because it's so funny, and I dare listeners to try and tell their grandparents, what a podcast is, and try and explain to them if you have any luck with it, let me know, because I need some simple terminology here.
Yeah, it is tricky. I think we just now assume, because podcasts have been around for quite some time.
Yeah.
Probably 15, 20 years even.
Yeah.
We now just assume that most people know what they are.
Yeah.
Some people think you've got to pay for podcasts, but that can be true.
Yeah.
But generally speaking, most podcasts are free to download, and it's just I don't know, it's just what you like to listen to. I like to listen to people talk about this, or I like just listen to people's funny stories, or crime,
things,
murder mysteries, conspiracies.
Paranormal stuff.
Yeah. Well, I use podcasts to catch up on radio shows, actual radio shows.
Yeah.
That I don't get to listen to through the week, and it's great because I don't have to listen to the music, but I like the presenters and I like what they do. So it's nice.
It's just listening to them, isn't it?
It's just listening to people. Yeah.
Mm. Yeah, it's good.
It's funny though.
Yeah, just trying to explain to her, and I can just if I say to her, I'm going to play Warhammer, and she can see all my models on the table, and I'm like, yeah, I'm going to go and play dollies. All right.
you might as well say that.
Or Lego. I might as well say Lego, even though it's not. She can see it, and she goes, right. And when I get home, she goes, did you win? And normally it's no. But when I say because I don't bring anything either, and I have nothing to show for it when I go home, she's like that. You've just been sat in the car for 4 hours. Have you just been sat somewhere?
I've had to make my own cups of tea.
Yeah, that's it. I'm dehydrated because I haven't been drinking myself. Bless her, she's in bed now though. She did fall over in the garden earlier, so she has her back. Bless her. I got in and she was upstairs in bed, just in agony, lead on her back. I was like, have you taken anything? No. Have you put any tiger balm on your back? No. Wow. You better sit up then.
Yeah.
And I'll put my nurse's uniform on and I'll come tiger balm your back, woman, for goodness sake.
Nurse Shawnee.
Nurse Wiggo, yeah. Yeah. Right, yeah, so try and explain to that old git what it is. I tell you what, though, one thing about her, she's crafty old git, because I've lived there now on and off for nearly 10 years, well, over 10 years.
Yeah.
I think I first moved in when I was like 21, 22, and on and off I've been in and out of there. That woman only makes herself breakfast now. She doesn't eat really much during the day. She is old, I'll give her that. But I don't think she's actually cooked a hot meal for herself. God, yeah. Apart from pizza, which is just easy, in about 4 or 5 years. Like, honestly, like she if I went, I'm not cooking dinner tonight,
she'd starve.
I think she'd be like that. Oh, what are we going to have then? And then she would go on at me about not eating, to the point where I then make myself some food, and then I have to just give her a plate or something. You should eat, really. You know that, don't you? You work all day. You need to have something to eat, old granny style.
Yeah.
But in her little head, she's going, God, he needs to hurry up and make me something to eat.
Even if you just made some toast.
Yeah, well, she has toast for breakfast. and in our family, it's like that. If you have toast for breakfast, you're not having it again that day.
Yeah,
You can't have second helpings of toast.
I get that.
Even though toast is king.
I mean, I love it.
Yeah, toast is
everything.
boss.
Everything goes with toast.
Oh, everything.
I can't think of anything that doesn't go well with toast.
Avocado.
On toast? That's a classic meal, that is.
It's a classic meal, but it's not right.
But it does go.
All right, fine.
Point proven.
Point proven, yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
It, though. It's all right. Okay, what else? Oh, yeah, so I'm painting this model for our friend Brad. I've had it for months, people, all right? It's been in my room for like 3 months, just looking at me. I've done little bits over the course of a week. And I've had this great idea, because I want to do, obviously, he's got 2 mounted weapons on the side, and they have big, like, shoulder guards, almost. Yeah. And I thought, do you know what I'm going to do? I don't know if Brad listens to this. I was going to keep it as a surprise. If he listens to this, sorry, mate.
Well, there's a surprise for him.
Surprise, surprise. I'm going to do a silhouette of, because there's 2 guns. So the first gun is going to have Anakin and Obi in episode 3 clashing.
Nice, yeah.
So, and I'll go into the thingy in a minute. And then the other gun is going to have, when Maul lets out the second bit of the saber, so he's just stood there and it's boom, that as well. Now,
that's cool.
Very cool. Am I a good enough painter to do it freehand? No.
Right.
Well, I can paint some things freehand, but they won't look great. What have I decided to do instead? Because you can buy water slide decals. People have decals for their cars, don't they?
Yeah.
It's a bit like that, but they're water soluble for models, because then the water evaporates and they stay on the glue. Sorry, the paint. I've brought some stickers, which I'm going to stick onto the panels that I've painted.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to paint over the stickers to make it look like I've painted it, so it looks like it's got that brush effect on the model.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to PVA over it to lock the sticker in, because obviously the sticker's going to peel off, because it's acrylic paint, which is obviously very porous.
Yeah.
So obviously the sticker will roll back after time, but if I PVA over it, it'll get locked in place. What a bloody cool idea. I was like, how am I going to do this? Because I'm not that good, but I want to do a good job for Brad. Do you know what I'll do? I'll get some stickers printed.
I think it's a great idea.
Somebody's doing them for me special because I needed a particular size.
Yeah,
and
it
he's
can't
like,
be too
"Oh,
big.
I'll try and get them the right size for you. I'll send them over. Let me know." Because there's no water decals and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because that's really difficult stuff because it needs to be see-through and stuff like that. But
You're working smarter, not
Yeah.
harder. That's what you're doing there.
and then I got a little sticker of Vader as well. So, and it's like a silhouette of Vader, but obviously he stood all black, but then his lightsaber's red.
Yeah, yeah.
So I'm thinking, because obviously this model's got a sort of, I don't know how to explain it. It's got like a chassis going over the top of its head.
Okay.
So it's kind of like a walking tank. Think, oh goodness me,
From Alien.
something like that, or a transformer almost.
Yeah.
So he's got that, and I might just on the side of this, because I've done like a marble effect. So I've airbrushed some to make it look like it's marble painted. I'm going to stick the Vader on there, and then when the red lightsaber's coming out, I'm going to do like some paint splatter so it looks like a spray can has been done. So this model's like that big. Obviously, I'm just doing my hands in front of Jamie
Yeah,
here.
but what's that, 15 inches?
Yeah.
30 centimetres?
And then like an actual man to scale is like that. So if I do the splatter with a toothbrush flicking paint on there, it's going to look like somebody's been up there with a spray paint can, isn't it? How cool is that idea?
That's going to look good.
In Warhammer, people are going to go, "God, look at that! That's Obi-Wan on your night, Brad." And he's going to go, "Yeah, my mate Shaun did that for me." I've got best painted again, but I'm not going to mention that Shaun did it for me. Bitter, -1.
Can he do my painting?
No, it takes him 5 months just to do mine. So
Well, you've got a nice comfortable chair now. You might want to do more.
I have, yeah. Oh, these chairs. We were having a chat about this before we started recording, weren't we?
Yeah,
How good they are for your back. You had a bad back, and the chair
it's been the best thing.
has been the best thing for your back.
Yeah,
Yeah, good lumbar support, people. If you're sitting down a lot during the day doing stuff, you need to look after your back.
and now I'm sat here all day. I didn't think these. When we bought these chairs, we thought they would only be good for maybe a couple of hours at a time,
Yeah,
and then it'd be like too much. You want to get out of it. But I sit here all day in these things, and I'm just like, yep, pretty happy, pretty comfortable.
yeah.
Great.
They take your weight well.
Yeah,
And for the price we got, I think I've mentioned them like every episode since we got them, but yeah, for the price we got them, because obviously I've got one here, but then I've also got one at home.
yeah,
I ordered the same chair because I got the same discount.
because you know it's good.
Yeah, so now when I paint, it's just every now and then I could just lean back a bit and just go, "Oh, do you know what? So comfortable."
Yeah,
But yeah, okay. Brad's little thing aside, maybe when I've done it, I'll put a picture up.
it'd be good to see it.
I might do a progress report, maybe.
Because you always talk about all this painting that you're doing, and we never ever see any of it.
Yeah, because it just takes me too long. So I'm gonna chat a quick Star Wars ditty here.
Go on, let's do
I know
it.
this is our Chinwag episode, so apologies, non-Star Wars lovers. Saw 2 videos. I've sent them to you today.
Yeah.
First one is a Hutt Jedi.
Yeah, I saw that. I thought there's no reason why not.
Because we did the Ewok episode.
Yeah.
So when I first saw the title to this, I thought, of course, it's a living thing. Everything has a force going through it.
Yeah,
I like how they sort of sidewinded it so he turned into a Sith almost instantly because they're just greedy creatures.
yeah. By
populace.
nature, they are.
Quite.
Yeah, they're selfish and greedy and trying to rule the world or the worlds.
The worlds, the galaxy far, far away. The main bit of this, though, that I liked is that we were on about Leia last week,
Yeah.
who killed the Hutt Sith in the comic.
Yes.
Leia, with a lightsaber. So going back to our
Chop them
Jedi
in
thing, yeah, from 2 weeks ago now, would have been 2 weeks that episode, wouldn't it? But yeah, so Leia doing that. Funny how she's the one to do it, not Luke.
Yeah.
Really good. I like that Leia took a stand in that book. I haven't actually read it. It was just like one of those short things, people on YouTube, that you get. The next one is the Force Cloak. Now, we mentioned ages ago about Jedi powers, and I mentioned that Palpatine used something called Force Blank
Yes.
to hide himself from the Council. Apparently, this video stated that it's called Force Cloak, and it also worked on his emotions and his physical attributes as well.
Yeah, so which I thought was interesting. So that would say that if he is considerably older, he could make himself look
Younger.
even though he still looks like he's in his 50s
Yeah.
or 60s at that time.
Yeah, so, and that's why Yoda can feel something's wrong, but he can't pinpoint it. Because we mentioned about Yoda was surely would be able to sense it. Yes, Yoda is all powerful, but you got to remember at that time, Palpatine is also one of the most powerful Siths around, dark side users. So they're clashing, and Palpatine's going, "Well, I've got my barriers up."
Yeah.
So just to hark back to that episode long time ago we did about Jedi powers, just a little update there. Force cloak, which is pretty cool.
Good power.
Yeah.
Good power.
I like it. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. But that's it. That's it really. We both watched The Acolyte today. Really enjoyed that again. There's only a few left though, so I want to see some sort of.
Yeah, we'll do a proper recap soon.
A couple of episodes more in, I think. We don't need to talk about it every week.
Yeah. So if you want to hear more of it, let us know. But I think we're planning on doing a bit more of a recap in the future.
Yeah. We don't need to speak about it all the time. But you know what, mate? I haven't even done any really nice cooking.
Me neither.
It's just been too busy, isn't it?
I made pasta and meatballs for the kids. Made all the pasta sauce. Made some tagliatelle. Well, I didn't make the tagliatelle. I cooked the tagliatelle.
Yeah.
I could make it, I suppose, but
what effort?
What effort? There's no point, is there? And then some meatballs in there as well.
Nice.
It was delicious. Really, really nice.
Yeah, they liked it.
Loved it. Really loved it. But
kids love that kind of meal, though, don't they?
They love a tomato pasta.
Yeah, all kids do. Smack a bit of cheese on there. They're happy for days, aren't they? What do you want for tea? Pasta. Yeah, you had pasta last night and the night before. Come on.
Garlic bread?
Yeah, garlic bread with tomato sauce. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's in our short time apart. I think that pretty much covers all the exciting stuff we've been up to.
Yeah, definitely.
Wish I could say more.
Yeah, well, same as really, but
yeah.
Then I'll just be making stuff up and going off on a rant about something.
Yeah,
like nothing's come to mind at the moment. So
there's always time.
There's always time.
Right, well, let's wrap it up there then. Pleasure talking to you as always.
And you, my son.
Look after yourself.
Be good.
And stay out of the sand.
Yes.